What's up with the squad? Back with another video. Y'all see the title is going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. See it right here. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. Things, and I said this. I said this, and obviously people wasn't. It was a lot of people that wasn't listening to me. I had literally gotten into arguments with people, the whole nine, literally. And I literally told really everybody that how things will be, how things will go. But then again, you have people that truly just doesn't listen. I've had family members that'll say, "Oh, he'll get off. He did this, he did that." I'm like, man, listen. The day that this happened, I was already looking into this case. I was looking at the reports. Big shout out to Sarah Fields. Still doing an amazing job, has done an amazing job, and I got to give props to her because when it came down to this whole case from the get-go, she was on it. Like, I'm telling you, she was on it. And for the simple fact, and on top of that, of sending me information and letting me know, things that was going on and this, that, and other. That's why I said, big shout out, as well as having information that's out anyways, that she's putting on her X account. Now, and I've told people though. I've let individuals know, like, it's not, y'all think that it's gonna go that way, and then you have people that truly just don't know what they're talking about. There's people that's actually that's out and that was in front of that courthouse that truly really didn't know all the facts, didn't know nothing that was going on. They just looking at race. That's all they looking at. That's all they care about. And it's truly sickening and it's sad. It says right here, Karmelo Anthony prosecutor nails final arguments. Intent, don't touch me, was a threat, not a warning. Mindset, he took a knife to a track meet. And, we talk about, provoking. You have that. Says, you do not get to a meet to shove the stab, especially if you provoke the shove. There was no fuse on this thing. They went from 0 to 100 like that. And like said, and like I've, told different individuals about things, is that people truly have to look at the facts. They have to look at the police reports, and they have to think to themselves, regardless, and take race away from it. Regardless of the fact, people need to realize that it truly, truly matters. Truly matters when you look at the facts and you look at right or wrong. You don't look at race. It doesn't matter. Karmelo could have been white. He could have been yellow, regardless of his skin color. When you did of that wrong, you did of that wrong. However you slice it. So for everybody that want to make this about race, to me, it's not. And we can, we all ain't gonna, agree with a lot of things. But as y'all know, he was in the wrong. A lot of people are outraged about this. Says Karmelo Anthony has been sentenced to 35 years in prison. He is eligible for parole. I'm pretty sure. After half time served. That's Anthony was found guilty. Of course, at the because of obviously what happened. Gotta watch what I say. Of what happened. And people are outraged. Some people are outraged. The simple fact, obviously, supporters of Karmelo Anthony, and you have people that's outraged because he just got 35 years. I'm gonna tell y'all something. It's something. That's how I look at it. It's something. And regardless, life or anything like that. And I don't want to make this sound bad. I don't want to make this sound bad at all. But even life, and stuff like that. I won't even say that because I don't want people to take this the wrong way. At all. I just look at the simple fact that regardless, mentally, this definitely, and I'm not by all means, taking up, for Karmelo or anything, but mentally, I know that this will mess with him for the rest of his life and what he did. And this is the consequences that he has to face of what he did. Him being in prison. Me personally, I don't know. I can't really tell y'all if he will be, eligible for parole after, that time served, this, that, and the other. I mean, not eligible, but I don't know if that's gonna go through. What I'm trying to say, I don't know. Me personally, I don't know if. I just don't see that happening. I don't see that happening just for the simple fact. And I know, people say, he's young and he's this, he that. I don't see that. Me personally, I would say that I'm a little surprised that it wasn't. I thought we was looking more so, like I commented to somebody and I said I thought it would be 40 to 50. People obviously were saying, life in prison and this, that, and the other without the eligibility to parole. So you had a lot of people that, that have different things, but more so. And I don't know exactly, because I keep seeing stuff of people saying that he's 17 and a half years old, he's 18, he's 19. Regardless, I'm not going to lie. See, I just got another notification on it. And somebody said they should have gave him the full sentence of 99 years. So that way young people don't try anything like this ever again. I'm going to tell y'all one thing. I can't even disagree with that. And that's why I keep on saying that all those supporters of Karmelo, regardless again of your skin color, even though it was a majority of black folks out there, this was a lot of people's time to go and spread this example of what not to do. But people still aren't getting it. And it's truly sad and sickening. Check it out.
Pretty breaking news to give you right now. The jury has sentenced Karmelo Anthony to 35 years behind bars after finding him guilty of murder. I'm told that he is eligible for parole after he serves half his time. The jury had the option to give him as much as 99 years behind bars. But again, they have chosen to give him 35 years. And I do want to mention, we showed you those protests, a bunch of supporters out here. They've erupted again. Pretty shocking. This is a direct quote. I just heard one supporter say, quote, those twins, meaning the victim and his twin brother who were there at the time, are, quote, domestic racist terrorists. So pretty unbelievable, Jesse.
All right, well, only 17 years and he's available for parole. Kind of seems soft. I would have given him the chair, but that's just me, Brooke. Thank you so much.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, there's different opinions. There's different things that people think about within this a lot. I don't want to make this sound bad, but I feel like me personally, it's better than 5. It's better than 10. It's better than 15. With it being 35. This is not nothing to push hate. By all means, it's just right or wrong. I mean, he completely was in the wrong for doing this, and he has to face those consequences. I've talked to my grandmother about this. My uncle, he actually said, he mentioned today, and he said something. And I was like, man, I've been following this case since last year. And seeing what was going on and seeing this and seeing that. And I explained to him. And he started to realize, you know what? Well, that makes sense. I see what you're saying. And that's all people got to do to realize. But you do have individuals that truly, truly, truly just don't care. And they go completely off. I'm probably most likely going to have to take out some words within this video because of the profanity that's used. But just check out what a lot of, Karmelo Anthony supporters.
Use the restroom, and they keep claiming it's not about race. Lies. Do not piss on me and tell me it's water. America was bred.
Cause now you're done.
With racism.
I walked in peacefully.
It was bred.
Peacefully.
Off of enslavement.
Said hello.
Since the
How are
establishment.
you? Are you okay? Are you fed? But see, I came back to blue.
Fuck them.
But I came in my blue yesterday. And I stood, and I stood, and I stood. And then I'm back in Austin, all the way. How many rituals y'all do on y'all white babies? I'm tired.
If anybody's doing a ritual, it's you. I'm not gonna lie, because that's wild. I don't see how you going out there doing all that hooting and hollering for no reason. It's right or wrong. And this just goes to show you that regardless, it's not showing your teens anything. This is not showing truly dumb. Let me just play this video. It's crazy.
35 years. If he was white, we wouldn't even be here today. It would have never came to court. It would have never been no handcuffs.
She said if he was white, they'd never been here today. Let me tell y'all something. If Austin was black, they wouldn't have been there. And that's me just being completely honest. It's not me. This literally. I live on the outskirts of Indianapolis. I can about tell y'all right now. Today wasn't really a crazy day. But usually 9 times out of 10, on a daily basis, there's black on black crime. You see it. And I'm not saying that it's all crime, but since they're talking about this and they're bringing race into it, I'm going to tell y'all one thing for sure. It can be a black teen unaliving another black teen. And just how they out here yelling and saying this and saying that, they're not outside. They're not doing none of this. And that's what I got a problem with. Don't take it until y'all see that something is, happening between two different individuals of different skin color for people to come out and do all of this. That's what I got a problem with. I truly got a problem with that because, and I say this because, and my grandmother, she completely agree with me. Y'all know, I'm telling y'all, it's right or wrong. Man, y'all literally have, and I know y'all probably like, well, who's your grandmother? My grandmother is a straight Democrat, loves, she's with the, I ain't gonna say she's with the BLM, but support, I'm talking about all of that. I told y'all my whole family, most of my family is Democrat. So you having it, and I'm explaining my nana like, why are they not out here? And I obviously explained this case, and she understood a lot. She understood like that's wrong, like that's something that you don't do. I let her see different things, and my thing is just how they out here doing this and doing that. It literally takes, and this what is crazy to me. It literally takes for them to see somebody else's skin color that's different from theirs to come out and do something and use their voices, rather than when it comes to black on black crime and these young teens. I wasn't even supposed to say that. These young teens unaliving other teens of the same race, black. They not doing none of this. They're not trying to change nothing in their communities. They sit at home, and a lot of them sit there and they laugh about it. They make rap music videos and say this and say that. They sit there and they talk about it, and they don't go out and do none of that. And that's what I got an issue with. Instead of doing this when it comes to this type of situation, get out and say something when it comes down to these other situations. Because one thing about it, a lot of kids are losing their life because of it. And I'm not saying it's completely about them not going out and saying nothing, but it starts with the parents. And I can about imagine like all these parents that's out here, like me personally, I don't get it. I truly don't get it. And what they yelling just don't make sense to me.
Here today. But because somebody didn't know how to go get an adult like we all are taught, somebody's life was on the ground and somebody's in jail for something that should have.
This man said, I went to school. You be quiet. What she just said, I probably can't even get through this whole video. I'm not even gonna lie. Because all that yelling and all that it's frustrating me. My thing is, she just said, because somebody didn't go get an adult. So again, you yelling saying somebody didn't go get an adult. Rather, and mind you, you talking about a team captain that's saying that you need to leave. I'm gonna go back. Just hold on. Not only been told by Austin, but other kids that's telling him he need to leave. And you talking about he need to go get an adult. Why Karmelo didn't get no adult? And he was the one that did it. Me personally, I'm confused. It's honestly just not making sense to me, and it's wild to me. It's truly wild to me. And I don't understand how people are constantly supporting what they saying. Like it's, and that's what my uncle said. They said that the two brothers was surrounding them. That's what I mean by that. It's stuff like that. When false information gets pushed around. My uncle don't know really too much of the case. I can tell y'all that right now just based off of what he said. And he said that. I said that's not true at all. First of all, Hunter was sitting down. Secondly, everybody else, he's been told over 15 times to leave. Not by Austin, but other individuals. So nobody wasn't doing, if anything, everybody was telling him he need to go because he was in the wrong spot. But then that's how stuff spreads. They put this false information. They'll put it on a little post, a little picture. Oh, he was surrounded by both of these brothers, blah, 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 blah. And then he had self-defense and he did that. He got 35 years. And then that spreads. And then it's that. I'm telling y'all, it's sickening.
Self-defense. That shit crazy. Self-defense. They said we're supposed to know how to act around white people.
What folks say? What for? What is that? What is self-defense? Is self-defense not somebody touching you that you don't want touching you and you defending yourself?
So I'm just saying though, like why would you like just all I'm saying is that's not self-defense. That's not self-defense in that case. He didn't obviously fear for his life. He didn't have to with a shove. Like I said, I can't even get through the whole video. I'm not even gonna lie. She said if he was white, we wouldn't even be here today. It would have never came to the court. It would have never came, never been no handcuffs. We wouldn't be here today. Ridiculous. It gets worse though. Check out what they just said here.
Yeah. I forgot, and the twin brother would have been with him. Fuck what you saying?
They should have both been arrested.
They both should have been dead. The both brothers. Both of them should have been dead. You ask me? Don't record me. I'm asking you not to record me. Like I said.
In a public space, you're allowed to do that. The Proud family. Just look at this. I don't want to talk about nobody. But I'm almost about there. I'm not even gonna lie. Just look at this. And she probably thought that outfit was fire. I'm not even gonna lie. She truly thought that outfit was probably fire. And then this man said they both should have been arrested. He literally unalive. How is both of them gonna be like? I'm confused. Like, what are we like? The whole crowd. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna use horrible words, but y'all catching what I'm putting out. Whole crowd. Not even gonna lie. Says right here, following his guilty verdict, Karmelo Anthony began sobbing and shaking as his lawyer asked if he could take him somewhere to pull himself together. Me personally, I'm not even gonna lie. Probably would feel the same way. Probably feel like I had to get sick. I'm not even gonna lie. Truly feel like I had to get sick if I heard that, it's guilty. But then again, I mean, you know what you did. And there's a chance of it being 5 years to life in prison. So he knew. Regardless that, yeah. Anyways, said that his lawyer asked if he could, take him somewhere to pull himself together. This is the first time I've ever heard of this, after, guilty. I don't know if they even do that. But got it right here. Says Judge John Roach denied the request and saying that Anthony was now in custody of the sheriff and that things move differently now. So, yeah, he has definitely time to think about, obviously, what he has done. And, again, that's, is what it is, regardless. I'm not going to lie. This is very, very odd to me. I promise y'all. This is very odd to me, what I'm seeing right now. Very odd. And I was looking at, I clicked, I ain't gonna say, I didn't click on the video. I clicked and I was scrolling through X and I seen this, and I promise y'all, Hunter looks just like Austin. I promise you. And I know he's twin, but like they show like different pictures, and they had like different like. Well, he was on Fox News, I think, and he didn't really look like obviously twins, but he didn't really look like them that much. In this video, I promise y'all, he looks just like Austin. It's crazy. But you got right here Austin Metcalf's family, including his twin brother and parents, stand, with the DA following the conviction of Karmelo Anthony. Texas jury found Anthony guilty, and sentenced to 35 years. Check it out.
And today, the process delivered accountability. We are grateful to this jury, and we are grateful that the good citizens of Collin County had an opportunity to weigh in on this case. I'm proud of the exceptional work of Bill Werski and our team of prosecutors, DA investigators, and victim advocates, and all the good and outstanding men and women of the Collin County District Attorney's Office. We thank all the parents and their brave kids who did the right thing. Despite the trauma of witnessing the senseless murder at a school track meet, they cooperated fully and testified truthfully. Their courage was essential to securing justice in this case. I'm especially honored to be joined here today by Jeff and Megan Metcalf and their son Hunter. Their strength and grace throughout this unimaginable journey has been inspiring. They won't be taking questions at this time, but their presence here speaks volumes about their commitment to seeking justice for Austin.
And if I'm not mistaken, this was Hunter's. He didn't go to the other. He wasn't there for those. I think that was the only day, if I'm not mistaken. I think I seen something like that. He might have been, but I'm pretty sure I seen something like that. You can just definitely tell just how hurt, Hunter is. You can definitely tell, just how. And I'm not even gonna lie, like it definitely sucks. It definitely sucks. It's definitely sickening that of them even having to go through this. I can just about imagine just seeing, his face and just seeing how traumatizing it is. And I ain't even gonna lie, man. That's definitely, just thinking about it and hearing about it is definitely tough. I do, send my thoughts and prayers, excuse me, to both families. It's truly sad. Both families. And I say that, I'm a child of God, regardless of what was said. God sees all, at the end of the day. So I don't truly know what's going on. I don't know if it's my asthma, but I definitely apologize. It usually doesn't happen. But I definitely will say that praying for the both families, the witnesses, the people that was involved, whether it was coaches, staff, the kids, because talking about something like this, anything like that, it can be traumatizing. I'm not even gonna lie. It definitely could be traumatizing, and it's definitely sad, of this whole situation. It's definitely sad. Like I said, it was nothing that I was completely in like this, but being in court, and that's why at times, when y'all see me talk about this, it's definitely a little tough for me, because it could be a lot and stuff could mess with you. What happened to me, it took a few years to actually hit me, and I'm not gonna lie, it put me in a dark space for a few years, to where I really didn't go nowhere. I really didn't do anything. Just last year, I started to get out the house and do things. Mind you, this happened a long time ago. And then I was, in the house. I didn't really do anything. Didn't really move. Didn't like to go anywhere. Would have anxiety attacks. So I had panic attacks and stuff. But now, just since last year, it's just starting to get in. I'm not saying that it happens to everybody, but I definitely pray that it doesn't. Because things can be traumatizing, especially for, Hunter. That is his twin brother, and prayers, go out to him and his, his family. That is his twin brother, and regardless, you know, of him holding them and stuff like that. That's I don't know. It brings back a lot, you know, of I don't know. I don't really want to talk about it, you know, with stuff going on, you know, and in the situation of, I know I told y'all before that I've actually had my cousin shot in front of me, right in front of me, literally right in front of me. So like stuff like that, it will bother you, especially in Hunter's case, other kids' case. I don't care what nobody say. You know, people say, "Oh, it just get you a therapist. Everything will be okay." Man, I'm telling y'all, it takes a lot more than a therapist. Y'all got that saying like it takes a village. It definitely does. It takes those baby steps. I thought that I would never in life, like I'm not even gonna lie, I thought that I've never in life, when the time being of not leaving the house, not going nowhere, and I thought that would be my whole life of having panic attacks, having anxiety attacks, having just that, oh, I'm looking back and what if this happens or what if that happens? And you're just, you know, thinking of that. I truly pray for a lot of them and pray that they don't have to go through that. I pray that, you know, they recover, you know, from anything mentally that's bothering them, because it's truly it's truly a tough thing, and I can just see just based off his face of a lot of that mental. And I pray that, you know, he's staying strong, and I know that his brother is, you know, his brother is gone, but you know, to definitely you know, keep standing high and to keep going. I mean, things definitely, you know, becomes tough. I'm not even gonna lie. Things definitely become tough. You know, don't listen to, you know, people, what they got to say. And by all means, I'm not trying to compare myself to them or anything like that. All I know is that I've been through some things, you know, and seen some things and all of that. So, definitely. I don't know. It's just, it's crazy how people are putting this out to be and not looking at it, you know, as they should, in the correct way. Say right here, within just 15 minutes of Judge ordering the Collin County Courthouse parking lot closed, Karmelo and Anthony, their supporters, have vacated.
Yeah, the cherries and berries are nice.
It is fine.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
The parking lot is closed at 9 p.m.
Yeah, the red and blue is
The parking lot is closed at 9 p.m.
It's definitely working. Look at this point. It's clear. Yeah, I am. Yeah. Thank you all for your service. Appreciate it.
The parking lot is closed.
Parking lot is closed. Please vacate the parking lot.
The parking lot is closed. Please vacate the parking lot.
So as y'all seeing, then I seen was people yelling out the vehicles.
The parking lot.
If somebody say I'm capping, she truly was. If you look back right here.
Closed. Please vacate the parking lot.
So, and y'all, and again, this is something that truly I knew what would happen. I knew, and I thought, me personally, I'm not even gonna lie, I thought it would be, you know, 40, 50, between 40 and 50 years. But one thing about it, it still took me by surprise. And I don't know why. I don't know. I think it's more so because this is like the first, I would say this is like the first case that I've truly been, you know, I guess you could say I've been on top of, you know, for a while and been watching out for. I knew, you know, you have Judge Roach that truly, in a sense, not say, you know, he'd be fair with it. And a lot of people, again, one different, but I don't know. 35, that's definitely a long time. And I know a lot of people are, you know, talking about, you know, halfway eligible, you know, for him to be eligible for parole. But at the same time, I don't know. God sees all. That's all. You know, at the end of the day, even though that, you know, Judge Roach, you know, they sentence him to that 35 years. Regardless, man, God is the real judge. That's what I say. One thing about it, I know y'all heard me earlier. You know, within that woman, I don't want anybody's, you know, life taken. I don't want, you know, I don't want that. I want people to actually set better examples. At the end of the day. So that's all. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what y'all, you know, what y'all feel about this. Catch y'all next one.